All right, everybody, welcome to Unscripted One-on-One from my basement and soon-to-be studios in Old Hilliard at the Junction. And I'm really excited today. I've been chasing this interview for a long time. It took me a free t-shirt to get it done. Today, I have the lovely and very talented Miss Brianna O'Connor with me. Bri, why don't you tell us a little bit about you, and we will get into what we want to talk about today.
Okay. So I am Brianna O'Connor. I'm a senior at Hilliard Davidson High School, and I've been playing basketball since probably 6 years old. And I am going to be going to Tiffin University in the fall of 2021, and I'm very excited. Some things about me, I love the outdoors. I love adventuring. I love the sun. I'm a June baby, so I definitely love my warm weather. And I love animals. I have 5 dogs actually. And yeah, and I just love athleticism.
Awesome. And so that's what we're here for today. I really wanted to get you on, one, because I'm so proud of you. And I'll tell you, I got a bunch of stats and numbers in a minute that I will read through that why I'm so proud of you. But the stats don't mean anything. I'm just proud of you for who you are, what you've done with your career. And I really wanted to get this episode done because I really believe that, I have parents that listen, but I'm not sure what my audience is. And there may be some others that listen that there could be someone out that would inspired by your journey. And so that's really what I wanted to share today. So let me start off, and then I'm not going to talk a lot. I want you to talk. So, and I know y'all got to know that we have been texting, and this is not Bree's favorite thing in the world. So, so I'm very thankful for her time. Plus, she's got to go to work. So she squeezed this in before she goes to work. She's not a huge fan of applause in the crowd, even though she's a point guard, which is hilarious because they get all the glory. But she's coming on today. So let me just read some stats real quick. So, and thank you for these. And if there's any others, let's add them at the end, okay? Because I think there's still accolades coming. But game records, in terms of in a game for assists for Hilliard Davidson, you are number 1 all time with 10 assists in a game, which speaks to your ability to get other people the ball. So you're not a ball hog. So that's awesome. Season records for Hilliard Davidson, you are 4th all time with 88 assists and 4th all time with 40 made 3-pointers. Career records, you are 4th all time with 926 points, 2nd all time with 272 assists, 2nd all time with 227 steals, 9th all time with 328 rebounds. Hey, those point guards don't get in there and get the ball. I mean, you're trying to be out there on top, right? So we get that. But and then 5th all time for made threes with 92. Congratulations. Did I miss it? You are all OCC, correct?
Correct. And
all
they
OCC.
have not came out with the all league yet, so I'm waiting to see how I did with that. Hopefully I can be on that as well.
I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I would put money on the fact that you're going to be all district. So, okay. Anyway, so very proud of you. And what I wanted to start with is, gosh, when did we start coaching you? 4th grade? Or
4th grade, yeah.
4th grade. Thank you. So 4th grade, I'm in the gym. We're doing tryouts, and right away, I've been around a gym. I've played in the gym long enough. I played basketball long enough to know when I see talent. And as a 4th grader, I knew right away that 23 was going to be special. So when did you decide that basketball was your thing?
Yeah, so my mom was a big basketball star as well. She actually went to Ball State for a year, and then she actually ended up going to the military. But I think my love grew for basketball when I had seen my grandpa and my mom playing horse outside, and I was just like, oh, that looks fun. I want to try. And so it started with a lot of pig and horse games. Then my mom took me to sports. Do you know where the Chiller is down? Yeah. So they had like a small league down there, and I was actually one of 2 girls on the team. So it's like all other guys. And that was my very first like 5-on-5 like interaction. I just fell in love with the game.
And you played multiple sports too, though, right? Did you play volleyball as well?
Yeah, I played volleyball 7th through freshman year. I made varsity as a freshman, but it kind of interfered with like my camps with basketball, and I knew that I wanted to pursue basketball, so I kind of had to drop that, which is just a sacrifice I had to make. But I did do that, and then I did track. I actually am doing track my senior year. I had to stop track as well to sacrifice for basketball. But now that AAU season is over, since I'm already committed, I have the opportunity to do track again. So I'm excited for that.
What events are you going to do in track?
I'm going to do shot put, 100 and 200.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So, and I want to talk about sacrifices in a minute, because that's something I really want to pull out of this discussion, is the fact that you have sacrificed a lot. And I think there is that commitment for anyone that really wants to play at the next level. There are sacrifices that are made. But when did you decide that the point guard was your position? Because that's really your position, right? Point guard.
Yeah.
So when did you decide that?
Yeah. So as you know, like in 4th grade, I was actually bigger than everybody else.
Right.
I think I hit my growth spurt a lot earlier than everyone else, because now everyone's either taller or the same height as I am.
Yeah.
And I guess my love for like the point guard came when I started getting tons of assists, and I'm fast. Like, so it just like coming down with the ball, like making the decisions, like you're the one that gets to make the decisions on the court. Of course there's plays, but like just having the high basketball IQ, coaches always like saw that I could either drive, get myself a point, or get other people points. And that's just when I became the point guard.
Well, you're speaking to a point guard at heart. I'm a center in my mind, but I was never tall enough to be a center. I love playing in the post, but I love the point guard, because there's something so satisfying. Would you agree that there's something almost as satisfying as with an assist as there is about hitting a basket?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you see that teammate score and you know you had something to do with it, and especially one of the things that I know from coaching you for even a short time, and then watching you again as you grew in your career, is, you know, the defense would draw to you because of your ability and your skills. So, you know, there comes a point where you score and then they start drawing to you, and that's when you find your is that true, do you think, in your career?
Yeah, for sure. Because honestly, like we have a lot of talent on our basketball team, but not a lot of girls are as committed or like wanting to play at the next level and do like the extra stuff like the camps and AAU. So I just have always had like a pretty high basketball IQ. Yeah. So when other teams see that, or if I'm getting double teamed, or like you said, drawing other people, I just know like when to dish it off to people, which is an amazing feeling. Like you said, when they get that point because of you.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's almost worth more than 3-pointers. But I've never hit, well, I think I hit a 3-pointer once, but so, and as a 4th, 5th, and maybe even 6th grader, I think our only play was give the ball to Bree and get the heck out of the way.
Yes, my nickname was Choo Choo. I remember. I was just so much bigger than everybody. I don't know what happened.
All right. Before we get off the early years, because I didn't coach you after 6th grade. So I did watch, but I didn't get to coach you. So how fun, I tell everyone, and I mean this genuinely, my favorite team that I've ever coached, that I've ever been a part of, was, I guess it was a 6th grade year when we just decided to press the heck out of every team. Was that the most fun team you've been on? I mean, honestly, and if you say no, it's okay. But how fun was that team?
No, it's for sure fun. I like defense more than I like offense. Like I love like getting steals and just making people mad on the offense. So that's something I love. I actually encourage like my coach all the time, like, can we press? Like, I just love pressing.
It was so fun. We had, I think when I counted up, we had 7 presses. We had 7 different defenses. And then, as you probably will remember, our favorite thing was getting the other team to call timeout. It was our goal to get them to burn all their timeouts. And we actually won a game because Hilliard Darby burned all their timeouts. And they couldn't call a timeout at the end of the game. And we won on a layup by, I think it was Ashley, which was one of the greatest moments ever. But anyway, it was fun.
It's always fun beating Darby. Yes.
Absolutely. It was so fun. We had such a fun year. And, and I remember there was games where we had some challenges. We played some really good teams. And I do remember one where you had fouled out and the other coach was just being a complete jerk. And do you remember that? I remember it vividly. And
Yeah.
I might have had some words with the other coach as we were walking off the floor. But anyway, good times. And but then you went from there. So let's talk about that a little bit. You went on to AAU, and as you said, it's a commitment. So what was AAU like for anybody that doesn't know? What's that like? Because you travel a lot, and it's a huge
Yeah.
commitment. What's that like?
Yes, it's definitely a huge commitment because honestly, like AU is where you get your name out. Like if you're wanting to get like known, AU is definitely what you should be doing because it's all tournament games. So you're in tournaments and these are exposure tournaments. So they're college coaches watching you, whether that be in person or on live stream. So it's a huge opportunity to get your name out there, which is definitely how I got colleges noticing me. I started in 6th grade was when I started playing AAU, and I was actually with the same group of girls up until last year, which when COVID hit, everything kind of just hit the wall with that. But we had a really amazing group of girls, and I want to say 6 of us are going on to play in college. So
That's awesome.
that's amazing. Shout out to my coach, CJ
Yes.
Captain. He is definitely an amazing man, and I owe a lot to him.
And you stole my thunder because I was going to say, is there a coach that you want to shout out? And you did. So good for you. And literally, no, I know you have a very special relationship with your AAU coach. And I don't know him, but I know just watching online and things, I know you guys have been close. And then I'm sure he fought very hard for you. As you said, there's multiple players that are going on to the next level, which, that's, if you're going to commit that kind of time and effort, that's really worth it. Right.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So let me go to that now. So we talk about sacrifice. How many sacrifices have you had to make? I mean, what all have you missed in your life when other people were doing stuff? How hard was that for you to decide, okay, I can either play AAU or I'm going to miss out on these things? What did you choose?
Honestly, like there's some small things about like maybe going out and like going ice skating or going to a birthday party, smaller things like that. And then there's bigger things like prom or like family functions that you just can't make. And I see it as a sacrifice, but at the same time I don't, because I love playing basketball. So it's like it's a win-win situation for me. Of course I wish I could do some of those things, but I know that like more of those things will come. This is my only time to get like my name out there, which was shown when COVID hit, because that kind of hit a wall in the recruiting process, because it was my last AAU season last when everything hit, and we actually only got, I want to say, 4 tournaments in when we usually get like 10 or to 15. So that was a big wrench in my recruiting process, but I do truly love Tiffin University, so I wouldn't change it for whatever happened.
That's so awesome. And you and I've talked, I think we've run to each other a few times, and we always talked about recruiting, and I always wondered who was recruiting you and who was kind of in the lead in those things. And so it's really cool to hear that you've landed, because we always talked about, what did I always say? It was always fit, right? It was finding fit. Don't worry about the uniforms and the
Right.
mascots and all that other stuff. What matters is fit. And it sounds like you really found that. Were there a lot of coaches in your 4 AAU tournaments during COVID, or were they live streaming? How different was that for you?
Yeah, so actually it was quite a big of a difference, because we weren't used to having like so many like cameras around. Like there was a lot of cameras for the live streaming because we didn't want too many people in the building with COVID. And so I want to say only like maybe like 20% of coaches would actually come in and watch. But it honestly was like easier for us as players because it wasn't as overwhelming. We were just doing our thing without seeing all the coaches around. So I definitely liked that. And also our very first tournament I injured my shoulder. It wasn't a big injury, but it made me sit out of 2 tournaments. So I actually only got to play like 3 tournaments of my last AAU season.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But it all ended up right? I mean, it all
Right.
ended up. So let's talk a little bit, and I'm sorry to rush through because I know you want to go to work, and I'm so thankful for your time. So let's fast forward through recruiting. You don't have to speak, I think, about universities because we obviously want to, honor the universities. But I know you went through a lot of universities. How many do you think you visited total?
I want to say I visited 6 and was probably talking to maybe like I talked to like maybe like 12.
I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot to figure out. Okay, which one? So when did you walk in? When did you know Tiffin is home? This is where I want to go.
Yeah, so actually 2 years ago, I went to a Tiffin camp, and the head coach is a different head coach now, but she was the assistant coach before. That's the head coach now. And just talking to her, like, she made it feel like home. And some of the girls that were like doing the camp, they were just so like welcoming. They told you they were constructive criticism. They weren't like mean or anything like that. They were very like helpful. And we did little tournaments or like championship things. And I think I won like 3 out of the 5. So I was like, oh, this is nice. Like,
Yeah.
so I got some praise there, and I just like loved everyone that I met. And it was just a really fun time.
Awesome.
And I stayed in contact with them.
Yeah. And that's all. It's also important. I mean, recruiting is it's a difficult time. It's difficult for the athletes, difficult for the university because, you have people on your radar and things. Without naming names, was there one university you were like, ew?
Yeah, there
Okay.
definitely was.
All right. You don't have to name names.
Yeah.
No names necessary. I was just curious if you walked in and you were like, yeah, no, I'm not going here.
Like I was obviously like nice the whole time, but like when me and my mom got in the car, we're like,
No, I'm out. Thanks for the invite, right? Yeah. So, okay. Well, I guess I'm running out of questions. So, all right. So let me rapid fire. Are you ready for some rapid fire? These are gonna catch up quick. Favorite player of all time?
Can it be a man too?
It can be whatever you want. It's favorite player of all time.
I know there's a big like thing between LeBron and MJ, but I would say MJ is my favorite player.
All right, because I was about to stop recording if you said the other one. No.
Every time I see like a conversation about the two, like I just like, oh my gosh, they're both amazing, but my favorite is MJ.
Yes.
Sure.
Well, that's a very good choice. And I should actually probably tell the story because I know I've tweeted it a few times, but we were standing at the shot and just about to take the floor. Do you remember this, or am I the only guy?
I do. I actually do, because you always talked about North Carolina.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so we're getting ready to take the floor. You're looking up at the banners, and well, they don't actually have a lot of banners. No offense to Ohio State. But unlike a school from North Carolina, but we were standing on the floor and you looked up and you said, I'm going to play here one day. And I said, no, you're going to play in Chapel Hill. And I thought for sure that you were going to play in Chapel Hill, but I'm glad you're going to play at Tiffin because it's a lot closer if I want to watch. So, anyway, I'm just saying. And I know but you did go to camps in North Carolina, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At least one, right?
And we actually went to the North Carolina, what is it? Like Hall of Fame? Is
Absolutely.
that what it is?
I told your mom to go to the Hall of Fame after you got done with practice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. And so I
remember texting you about it.
Absolutely. You guys always took good care of me. You didn't get me a shirt, and that's fine because it's fine, but I have plenty. So no, I always kind of rooted for you to play at North Carolina, but that's okay. I'm glad you're at Tiffin because it's all about fit. And I really did think, I meant that the day we were standing at the shot, I really thought one day you would play at North Carolina because I just saw so much talent in you, but not that you've done any less than that. So I'm just a fan. So, all right. So MJ, so I was going to say, why did you wear the number 23?
Well, actually, MJ, or not MJ, it has a different meaning for me because my birthday is June 23rd. And so that was just always a big number for me. And I was young when I started getting like tons of like shirts or necklaces with like the number 23 on it from my grandparents because that was just my birthday. And so it ended up sticking with me just through that.
Are you going to have to fight somebody in college for the number 23?
I'm already thinking about it, but if anything, well, Emily Simon, I'm sure you remember who that is. she had 23 the 2 years that we played together, because she was a sophomore, or she was a junior when I was a freshman. So I was 21. And I'm not sure why 21 was just the number that I picked, but if anything, I'll be 21 for a good 2 years. And then, because the girl that has 23 right now is also a junior, or she's a sophomore. She'll be a junior next
So you've already checked it out. So you guys can't make a little wager, like,
year.
like 23.
Probably not.
No? Okay. So
I wish.
23, 21 in your programs, 23 in your heart for 2 years, and then you'll be 23. And some underclassmen can't have that number. I mean, it's a popular number. I mean, it's, it's like the basketball number. So, but anyway.
Right.
All right. So if if you had to choose your favorite all-time basketball memory, what would it be?
I would say playing on the Cavs court my freshman year against Watterson.
Very cool.
Because that was just like, first of all, the court's way bigger, so like everyone was like so in shock when we were playing on that. And then I actually remember I meant to just shoot a regular three, but I shot it at the NBA three, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is.
Did you make
and
it?
It went in, and I was like, that's crazy. I was like, I wasn't even trying to shoot it back there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. I do remember when you all made that trip, and you got to go to a Cavs game too, right? As a part of that.
Yeah.
And was LeBron on the team when you got to go?
Yes, he was.
Very cool. All right. So Ohio State or North Carolina? Come on.
I'd have to say Ohio State.
All right. I'm sorry, you're breaking up. I'm gonna have to. No, I'm just kidding.
It's awesome now watching them play, because I've played against like at least 3 or 4 of the girls that are on the team now, especially like JC Sheldon, Anissa. And so it's just really fun watching those girls play.
Absolutely. And that's fine. I won't end the call right there. No, I'm so proud of you. I wanted you to know that. I'm thankful for you that you would come on, because I think, I wanted to share the journey that you've had. And I've had Cammie Pranel on, who's a good friend of mine that played softball at Ohio State for 4 years. And, she missed proms. She missed, and sometimes, you hate to say that, but sometimes those are the sacrifices you have to make to achieve the dreams that you want. And the biggest thing was, I just want to be able to tell you I'm proud of you. You know that. And I'm very proud of you. I've always been a fan. I'll always be a fan. I'm a fan of your family. They're really great. They've always been great to me. And so I wish you nothing but the best. And I will get my shirt to you. So we're coming from. Shout out to Granddad's, where you got to go to work. Good friends of the program as well. And no, I wish you the best. And thank you so much for coming on. Anything else you want to share before you get off?
Thank you for having me. I know it's a hassle for getting me on here, but I'm glad I got to talk to you about my journey, and I'm just thankful for everything God has blessed me with. Absolutely.
Wait. One more thing. What was your GPA?
4.1.
4.1. So, and I want to make sure I get that in there, because, it wasn't just all basketball. You also have the grades too. So, you really have the whole package, Bria, and I wish you nothing but the best in the future. I can't wait to watch you at Tiffin, and hopefully I'll sneak over there one day and yell at you for not bending your knees at free throws.
Still the cookies.
Or taking away the right? I'm going to be yelling, take away the right. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're the best. Thank you so much. I wish you nothing but the best. You know that. And thank you. And give some love to your family for me. Okay.
Of course.
All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks so much, Bree.
No problem. See you.
Bye.